Ponniyin Selvan 1 is almost here. The long wait to see this story unfold on our big screen is finally coming to an end. And just to get warmed up, I asked the community which Maniratnam film should I check out. I'd already seen Nayagan, Guru and Iruvar. Now there are a lot of recommendations and it was not possible to watch all of them. But I managed to watch two, which are Thalapathi and Bombay. I wanted to watch Ravanan also, but the Tamil version is not available anywhere. And I didn't want to watch the Hindi one. And after watching those films, I feel pretty confident about PS1. Here's why. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and I'm someone who has chose not to read the novels before watching the film. First of all, I'm not a reader. Even if I started reading, I would have never completed it. And second of all, the more important thing that I would prefer to watch it on the big screen first, to witness it in a film form before reading it. And whatever I have learned about it from all the videos I've been watching and the interviews, that it's full of drama, politics, betrayal. Its characters are very strong and layered, and that actually makes the story foolproof. And it all comes down to the execution, the storytelling. Now that I've watched few Maniratnam films, I feel like I have a little better understanding of his storytelling. And from that, I've derived 4 things that make me confident about PS1. Number 1 is Maniratnam's mastery of character drama. His films just don't have complex and layered characters, but they are put into complicated situations too. He doesn't like to play in black and white hero and villain, but in the grey area, and that makes him the perfect choice for PS1. Let's take an example. In Thalapathi, Rajnikant's character Surya is assumed to be an orphan. According to him, his mother threw him because he was as good as garbage, unwanted. And his major characteristic comes out to prove that wrong, to not be unwanted, to not leave his people abandoned like he was abandoned, to fight for their rights. And that makes him a good guy, right? But no, even his actions have consequences. Maybe he committed them in the right spirit, but that ended up with a wife getting widowed and a kid getting orphaned. He is basically working for a gangster who's taking law in his own hands. And thus this character lies in the grey area. Similarly, Nayagan, he is fighting for his people, but he is a gangster. He is doing it unlawfully. And of course, the Mahabharata adaptation into contemporary world in Thalapathi just elevates the story to next level. In Iruvar, he builds up a friendship between these two characters, and then how organically through politics, through ego, through different alliances, it turns into animosity. And you also have to appreciate his actors who bring out these amazing performances. Number 2, the visual storytelling. I just love it, and I love how consistent it is throughout the films. The visuals are epic but not grandeur. There is a mesmerizing beauty to them. The way he frames the characters, the way he uses color in his films, it all represents the psyche of the character at that moment. The colors come out of the mind of the characters onto the screen. If they are feeling sad, there'll be blue tint. He'll create a mood according to what the character is feeling. In Thalapathi, the use of sunlight. Surya is constantly lit by the light of the sun. He's always framed in front of the sun. In Bombay, to show the dark times, we get blue tint. Sadness is coming out of the frame. And he also uses the camera movements to tell a story. He'll have long takes to make us feel what's happening. He will drop the frame rate to show discomfort and make the audience feel that. And from that, let's come to number 3, editing. And creating drama through that. Sometimes there'll be quick cuts to increase the tension, and sometimes there'll be very less cuts to make us feel what the character is going through. In Thalapathi, when Mammootty's character is attacked, it's intercut with his wife praying. In Bombay, when a character is interviewing the religious leaders of both the sides, and how we are constantly intercutting. In Nayagan, when the son dies, we get a lot of long takes, no quick cuts there at all. And that also helps the performance to have a bigger impact. And talking about impact, let's come to number 4, the music. The songs. It's depicting the state of the character. The songs are never the loose point in the film. It's never a break from the narrative. There's a lot more meaning behind it. It's not like you can skip them. They are literally like an action sequence. The way they are constructed, the way they are executed. You see a lot of time and effort has gone into creating this. And it portrays the feelings of the characters. Sometimes their inner turmoil, other times their happiness. And I've seen the films where he has done music with A.R. Rahman as well as Ilayaraja. And it stands out in both the films. So he knows what kind of music he wants, what will complement the scene he's creating. And I know, all this is just a tip of the iceberg. These are my observations just after watching 5 of his films. And PS1 is going to be his 25th film. So there's a lot more. I'm sure there are many videos talking about his filmmaking, his storytelling. And what's the cherry on the cake that makes me confident about PS1 is the intention behind the film. It's not to make a big budget film that will make thousands of crores and make their name. It's not about that at all. It's a passion project. And not just for Maniratnam, but even the cast, the technical crew. They will be remembered for making this film, irrespective of the box office performance. And that says a lot. And with the recent speech by Vikram, which went viral, it just hits the nail that it's truly about spreading the word, letting the world know about our own history. our own culture, which we ourselves have forgotten or are ignorant of. But that will be soon changing. Now, definitely, I have more thoughts about the individual films I watch, and I'll be talking about them in my end of the month live stream. But if you want to know my detailed thoughts about Iruvar, you can check out this video next. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.